Hey y'all, welcome to story time, and this is my
What's
life.
up YouTube? It's your girl Kristen, and I'm back with another video. If this is your first time tuning in, hey girl, what's up, what's poppin'? If you're a returner viewer, hey sis, what's up, what's poppin', what's good? Okay you guys, so let's get straight into this video. Today's video is gonna be a story time video. And I'm gonna tell you all why I do YouTube and what made me want to do YouTube. Because some people do YouTube for fun, some people do YouTube for money, but I do it because it's therapeutic. I want to talk about a couple things, and I just want you all to get to know me. So I like doing YouTube. Actually, I love doing YouTube, and it's like I said, it's very therapeutic. So I'm going to tell you all my story, and I hope you all enjoy, and I hope this help you all get to know me a little bit better. So in 2017, I had an accident that basically changed my life. I was sitting on the couch, and my legs went to sleep. So I was asleep. At the time he was my boyfriend, now he's my husband. He was playing the game and to go to the restroom, and I jumped up, like, you know how when y'all just laying there asleep and y'all just jump up and it's just the instinct, like, hey, I gotta use the bathroom before you pee on yourself. It's like, you know how when you sleep and you know you gotta pee, like you woke up and you went back to sleep, like, oh, I'm gonna go. So my bladder was like, full. I really didn't even realize that my leg was asleep at the time. So I jumped up, and as soon as I jumped up, you guys, my leg just collapsed. Like, I fell to the ground. I thought I just jumped up and fell, but I did not feel the floor. So you guys, I'm always playful, and my husband, he was like, girl, get up. I was like, I can't get up. I can't get up. He was like, man, Fluff, get up. That's my nickname. My nickname is Fluff. So he was like, Fluff, get up. I was like, baby, I can't. And he was like, I'm finna call the ambulance. You know, he thought I was gonna be like, no, I don't call him, I'm just playing. But I was like, okay, call him. Call him, because I can't get up. I can't feel the bottom half of my leg. Like, call him. He called the ambulance. He thought I was playing. I was just laying there, you guys. I was in a cradle position. I think that's the cradle position when your legs are like bent like that. But yeah, so when the EMTs came, it was two of them. Like, okay, can we roll you over? And I was like, no, it hurt. Don't roll me over. So they rolled me over, and by this time I was just terrified. My husband, he was looking, and he was like, his nerves were shot. From my kneecap down, it was that way. So my leg was like that. You know, it was just all dislocated. So you guys, the EMT, the EMT lady, she was one, like, it was three of them. They called, when they seen how bad my leg was, they had to put me in a stent. They had to put my leg in a stent, or whatever it's called. And so they called another girl, and since I was a big girl, you know, it was gonna take, and we didn't have the elevator, so it was gonna take a couple people to get me down the steps. They got me on a sheet, and I had to hold on to the side of the rail on the EMT stretcher thing, and I was going down the rail like that. I made it to the emergency room, and every time they touched it, I would scream. I would scream, I would scream, I would scream. So I called my mama, and my mom, you guys, if you know my mom, she is like, she pray her way through anything. My mama prays. She pray like 4 or 5 times a day. Nothing never really bothers her. She doesn't freak out or anything like that. So my mom was like, all right, Christian, I'll be down there. So they was like, I had to go in emergency surgery, and the doctor was, they didn't have, the doctor that was on call, well, they didn't have a doctor on call, I don't think. The doctor that the type doctor that I needed, they didn't have him on call. But by the grace of God, he was about to leave, but they was like, he wasn't working. He was like, hey, we have a, I think at the time I was what, 22, 23, one of them. He was like, hey, we got a young girl, she got to go in emergency surgery. So you guys, the first surgery, they stabilized my knee, and they put me in ICU. My mama was on her way because it was really late. When my mama was on her way, they were like, we just told her that I was stabilized, and my husband, he was there, well, my boyfriend at the time, but he's now my husband, he was there with me, and him and my stepson, they slept in the ICU room with me, like a chair and a chair, like both of them was there the whole time. So thankful for them. So my husband, he stayed. He did not want to leave. My mama had to make him leave. Mama made it the next morning, and it was just me and her, and her nerves were bad. Like, when I was sleeping, I knew my mama, when she was just watching, she would just pray. So when the doctor came in the next later that day, I still was in ICU. They were just checking on me, and my mama the nurse came in, and my mama was, you know, she was sitting there, and they was like, well, it's really bad. We're gonna have to amputate her leg. It was a huge chance that we have to amputate her leg. So by that time, you guys, I looked at him and I said, you're not taking my leg. And he was like, I'm gonna do whatever I can to take it, but as of now, we have to amputate your leg. So my mama, I never seen my mama cry. So my mama started crying. Well, I automatically, like, when he said we're gonna have to amputate her leg, I boo-hoo. I'm 22, I'm 23. I'm 23 at the time. I got a lot going, and they're gonna have to amputate my leg. That's a huge life change. So I started crying, and my mama started crying because she was like, that's my baby, you gotta amputate her leg is gonna change. I was always on the go. So I just knew that was gonna change my life. Mama started praying. She texted her prayer groups. Everybody was praying. Everybody was calling. Everybody was praying. You guys, I was so scared. So they moved me out of ICU into a regular room, and then by then I was in the process of 2 surgeries. I had 2 surgeries. I was in the emergency room I was in the hospital for like either a week and a half or 2 weeks. So I had the surgery, and that surgery is where they installed the external fixator. I think that's what it's called. So I broke my ACL, my PCL, my meniscus, both of my meniscus, everything in my knee, I broke it. Nothing in my knee. The only thing that I had left in my knee was an ACL, but it was severely stretched. So I had no mobility of my leg. So if I was to pick my leg up, like y'all pick y'all leg up like that, if I was to pick my leg up, it would dangle. I had the internal fixator, and I could go home. So now I have internal fixator from the middle of my thigh. I had two screws in the middle of my thigh and at the bottom of my knee to keep my knee in place. I will insert a picture so you guys can see that. Guys, this is my thigh. So I couldn't leave the hospital until I got like my wheelchair. I had to have a wheelchair, I had the bedside commode, and I had to have a walker. My mama got that, like, got me from the hospital. And I had to ride in the back of the van with my legs straight out, hitting bumps and everything. The first ride was horrible, you guys. I just wanted to, nobody ever knew, but I just wanted to call it quits. I was done. I was depressed, like my whole life had changed. 3-hour trip turned into like a 5-hour trip because my daddy wanted to make sure I didn't hit any bumps because the hardware was freshly in. So you guys, by the time I made it home, my mama had a chair there, one of those huge recliners that you lay back in, they go all the way back. So I had to lay in that recliner, you guys, for almost a year. And you guys, I'm getting choked up. So yeah, so when I made it there, my mom and my dad had everything in place for me. I was comfortable and it was good. So I made it home, y'all, and keep in mind, my whole life changed. I seen my car, everybody was in and out. I couldn't walk, and I was still in the chair, watching people come, watching people go. Then everybody was coming. All my aunties came, my friend came, and I had this one friend. Her name is Shakidra, and I call her my sister. And y'all, she washed my hair. Her and Nia, they washed my hair. They, like, Shakidra, she stepped in big time. Oh y'all, my husband, he slept in a recliner next to me every morning. He would come every morning. He wouldn't leave until, like, he would come like at 9 in the morning and wouldn't leave until like 3, 4 o'clock the next morning. Just sitting there with me. We would play the game. My little brother, he would come check on me. He would play the game. But you guys, it was so depressing because at the time, I'm a 23-year-old. I'm in the house with my mom and daddy. I have a boyfriend. My life was going good. So I felt like God had to stop me in my tracks because I was getting away from him. So, by then, my whole life had just changed. I couldn't go to the bathroom. I couldn't bath. When I had to go to the bathroom, I had to call my mom. Sometimes my dad had to come. And as a young child, it's okay. But as you get older, it's kind of like, oh my God, my dad got to see me like this, you know? So if I had to use the bathroom at 2 in the morning, I wouldn't want to bother my mama. So I would just hold it. Well, hold it until, you know, until she get up and go to work. I'm getting emotional. So when I had to, like, use the bathroom, like do number 2, I had to do it in the middle of the living room because that's where my chair was and that's where my bathroom was. So I had to do it in the middle of the living room. People walking in and out. It's embarrassing. People would come in and I would be there by, you know, I would never be there all the time by myself because my husband, he would be there. But when he wasn't there and I had to use the restroom, I had to try to get the seat down and get on the pot and just let it sit there until somebody came and changed it. So you guys, it was like I was a baby again. Everybody had to do stuff for me. Everybody had to, you know, I had to call people for everything. I didn't bath in like almost a year. So my boyfriend at the time had to bath me in a chair. Or my mama. I'm 23 now. We grow up. It gets different. You know, your mama had to change you. Like, my mama literally had to change me. I had to have a changing pad and everything. So it was crazy. So you guys, I stayed in the house for months. I turned like a different shade. Like, I was just depressed. I was really, really depressed. I hated it. So you guys, for keep in mind, I still have on my mind that my leg is going to get amputated the next time I go to the doctor. So y'all, we're back and forth to Lake Charles. Horrible trips. I'm in the van with my legs stuck straight out. This leg bent. I'm uncomfortable. Y'all, I'm in a wheelchair. It was really uncomfortable, you guys. So I literally, at that time, I hated my life, but I knew I was here for a purpose. So you guys, back and forth to the doctor. So by then, the next surgery I had was them taking out the external fixator. So they took out the external fixator, and before that surgery, you guys, so y'all know how like late at night, the pastors come on there that preach on TV like Peter Popoff and all of that. So y'all, he came on there and his wife was on there and it was the end of the show. And I was watching the TV, and they was like, we're praying for people who have illness or a disability or something life-changing can happen to them in their life. And I was like, okay. So she said, I'm praying for this lady, and they said her name, and I don't remember her name, and she's having a problem with her right knee. So I'm like, okay. So I turned the TV because it was my right knee. So I'm watching, I think I was watching Will Smith or Martin. I don't remember what I was watching, but it was one of those old TV shows. And the same thing, a girl broke her knee. A girl tore her ACL, her knee or something, and she thought her life was over. And they was like, you're gonna be fine. I changed the TV again. Changed it to another TV show. And they were talking about somebody with a broken leg. So I'm like, God, are you talking to me? I turned it back to Peter Popoff. So by the time I made it just in time, you guys, that was like, put your hand over your right knee and we're finna pray. Wherever you're hurting, that was like, lady, if you're watching this, put your hand over your right knee and we're finna pray. So y'all, I put my hand over my right knee and I prayed with Peter Popoff. Yes, I did. I prayed with him. I prayed with his wife. And I prayed and I prayed and I said, Lord, please do not take my leg. I know you're not going to take my leg. Because every channel that I turned to, somebody had the exact same thing going on with the exact same side of their leg. So I prayed and I prayed and I prayed and I told my mama what happened. I told Bishop, which is my papa, I told him what happened, and they was like, that was God talking to you. So then I knew that I was going to be okay. So you guys, we got to the hospital and, oh no, let me backtrack. So you guys, when they told me, like the trip to the doctor before that in Lake Charles, that was like, yeah, we still have a good chance. We still have a chance that we're gonna have to amputate your leg. So I'm upset. I've been in this fixator for about 2 months, and y'all still gotta do this. I'm still crying and I'm still upset after the doctor's appointment. So we went to the bottom and we was waiting for my daddy to come get me. And it was this old white couple, you guys. It was this old white couple, and the lady gave me a peppermint. I was crying. They walked up, she was like, can I pray for you? And I was like, by that time I was like, prayer not gonna help me what I'm going through. So by that time, my mama was like, yeah, because my mama prayed through everything and I prayed. I'm still like, okay. So it was like, what's wrong, baby? And my mama started crying because I was crying. She was like, well, they told her that she still had to get her leg amputated. So the man, y'all, the old man, he pulled out, and he reminded me so much of Santa Claus, y'all. So the old man, he pulled out a peppermint. It was the peppermint that you could chew. And he held it and he put it in my hand, and they held my hand, and his wife put his hand over her hand over his hand, over me and his hand, and my mama put her hand on me, and they prayed over that peppermint. And they were like, eat it. So I ate the peppermint. So on my way back home after that, that's when the story came with the Peter Popoff and stuff. So that was that. So now this is the night where I'm at home and the stuff with Peter Popoff, and I'm praying over my leg, and God was talking to me. So like a couple weeks later, like a week later, it was time for me to go to the doctor for surgery to get the hardware removed out my leg, and they're gonna amputate my leg. The doctor said, I went there, and the doctor actually, you guys, he saved my life, and Dr. Cassio. You guys, Dr. Cassio walked up in there, they took the fixator out, and I was in the hospital, and I'm still worried after that appointment. And my mama was like, and he was like, okay, so are you excited? You ready to go home? And I was just crying, and he was like, why are you crying? You should be happy you got that thing out your leg. And my mom was like, because she still had to get it amputated, right? And he was like, no. Who told y'all had to get your leg amputated? You good. You gotta go to therapy. I got that stable. And I'm like, Thank you, Jesus. Y'all, I cried and I knew right there that I was here for a purpose and I had a story to tell. So y'all, they did not have to amputate my leg at the end, so I went home. I had this ice pack on there and I had to go to therapy. So Mama Nicole, and she came there and she made me get up that couch and we walked, and she taught me how to walk again, you guys, because keep in mind I didn't walk for a year. It was scary. I had to learn how to walk. She had to teach me how to walk again. So with her just teaching me those couple days, I started to get my rhythm back. So then I went to the therapist, and I went to therapy, and I was working out and I was walking, you guys. Everything was going good. I was going back and forth to the doctor. He was like, hey, like after like 3-4 months after therapy, he was like, hey, you good. You don't have to come back. Just keep working it out and doing what you have to do. So, you guys, I started going to therapy, and then I started doing it myself, and now, you guys, I still have my leg. And I just felt like then I had a story to tell. So I was like, hey, I'm gonna start YouTube. It's something fun, it's something therapeutic. I can, you know, let some of my emotions go. I can share my story. I can share the things that I love doing, and it will make me so much better. So you guys, not only then by accident changed my life, but YouTube kind of changed my life as well. So that's why I'm here. That's why I love doing YouTube. That's why I love doing what I do. You feel me? That's my story. That's the reason why I do YouTube. And I feel like God spared my leg and made me go through this so I can have a testimony to tell you all he's real. He's alive. You are in favor. He loves you. He will not put too much on you that you cannot bear. You are a fighter. You are his soldier. Like, he is real. Take care of yourself. Pray. Keep God in your life, or whoever you believe in your life. Keep him in your life and keep him the head of your life, and you will be okay. So you guys, that's my story. That's my testimony, and I'm here. I'm still standing 10 toes down, you know. Everything good. Life is good. I'm getting back to who I used to be. Guys, that's my story. That's why I did YouTube. That's my testimony, and this is my life. So you guys, if you're interested in another story time, I have a lot of things to talk to you all about. If you want to know more about me, just let me know. And if you like these little story times, just leave it in the comment section below and say, hey sis, we want more story time. Guys, with that being said, that's the end of this video. If you haven't already, please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell at the bottom so you can get notified when your girl posts more videos. And until next time, sis, I'm out. Peace.